Just wanted to share something with you that was on my heart. And I was thinking about, how people who are going through, and they're going through hard times, maybe financially, they were doing well at one time and they're going through and they're experiencing a trial that they quite never experienced before, you know. And then when you have people who are judgmental and they're hard on them and saying, oh, you made a bad decision, you shouldn't have done it that way, and that's why you're going through what you're going through. And we're all human. We're going to make bad decisions. Things are going to spiral sometimes in our life that we have to go through so we can learn from them. But when you have people who are judging you and they're very judgmental and they're harsh on you and they say, this is why you're going through what you're going through, I think people should be careful with that, because God can allow a trial or hard times to fall on anybody, anyone. So there's nothing wrong with giving advice, maybe criticizing them in a loving way, trying to reach them, give them advice, but don't be hard on them. And especially in social media, if you have a platform and you're going through, and maybe you're on YouTube, and you have people that are very honest and they're sharing their heart and they're vulnerable and they're basically a good person. But you have people who are negative toward them, and they're very hard on them. And I always say it's best to be careful how you talk to people or treat them when they're going through, and I try my best to, defend people who are going through, who do have a platform, because, they're doing their best, but the people act like they've never been through anything. So they're really hard on them. And I just think that's wrong. And, you never know when a trial is going to fall on you or what God is going to allow to happen in your life when you're not showing mercy, when you're kicking people when they're down, when you're mocking them, and when you're laughing at the things that they are going through. And it's best to pray for them. And as I said, criticize them if you have to give them criticism in a loving way. And just lift them up in prayer and pray that they will come out their trial, and God will certainly bring them out of their trial. I've been through some hard times in my life, made bad decisions, still learning to this day at my age, not to go down that road again and not to make that decision, because bad decisions do take you through, and we're all human and we're all going to go through. But it's best not to be judgmental toward people and just love them and meet them where they're at and tell them that they are going to come out of their trial and God's going to bring them through, instead of beating them in the head and saying it's your fault and that's why you're going through this. And we're all going to go through times and trials and tribulations, and God is going to allow things to happen in our life because sometimes he's trying to get our attention, and he loves us, and he'll send the people in our lives to help us. And there's always a way out of what you're going through. So my message is, when people who are judgmental and they're very criticizing people and hard on them, take it easy on them. And just take it easy on them, because you never know when it's going to be you. And you don't want to kick people when they're down, but you want to guide them in a right way and give them good advice and godly advice, and comfort them when they're going through, because it may be you someday going through, and you may need that same comfort from someone instead of criticizing someone bad. And and you can go through and experience that trial, a different trial of your own unique trial that you're going through. So yeah, be careful the way you treat people, because it can come back on you. And I'm not praying or wishing that on you, but whatever we sow, we will reap, the way we treat people. And that's all I want to say. So treat people in a loving way, and and just show them love and honesty instead of tearing them down. God bless everybody. Blessings.